I'm not analytical when it comes to social media.
I love it.
I not at least in any affirmative way.
Mm-hmm.
I can be if I want to be, but I noticed that it would have a direct and detrimental impact upon my mental health. So when I first started, I think like getting, to 600, 700,000 followers when I first started my TikTok, again, because I was so unprepared for the whole phenomenon, and I don't know that anybody could have prepared me, to be honest. I was like so hung up on the numbers and the views, and I was like, well, if I don't have 1,000 views within the first minute, that means this video is going to tank. If I would literally graph out the trajectory of my likes and know within 3 hours if it doesn't have this, blah blah blah, like all this stuff, and I could tell when the algorithm had been tweaked. I was like, oh no, the algorithm has been tweaked. Like all that stuff, and I, what hashtags and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I was very into that. And, I think actually that was around the time that Dylan and I became much closer friends, was when I think I was like a little depressed actually. And I started seeing a therapist about it because I was so sad. And I felt like my worth was so tied to the views and the likes on my TikToks. And when they didn't get over 1 million views, then I was a failure. And I just like didn't know what to do about it. And, I ultimately realized, like, again, I can only control my message and how that message is presented. If people don't like the message, or if there's some sort of constructive feedback that I can take from a lack of views or a lack of, virality, then certainly that's something I will take into account. But at the end of the day, I cannot allow that to cloud my vision or the original objective of the Korean vegan. And that you just have to have faith in your brand. Like you have to have faith in what you're creating.
100%. I know that's a little easier said than done though. I know a lot of people that are like, no, the views they don't affect me. They don't affect me. And I like to say the same, right? I'm just like, no, don't worry.
No, they affect me. They totally affect me.
Right?
Are you kidding me?
But what advice would you have? What advice would you have to someone maybe there's so many of us, right? If I don't get 10,000 views in an hour, I'm just like, oh crap, this TikTok's not going to do well.
Yeah.
And so what do I do at that moment?
I think that a couple of things. It's not fair for me to, I feel like, sometimes give advice on this, because it's like I've been so lucky in many ways, and like it's much easier for somebody like me who, and I'm not bragging, I'm just factually stating, I have a lot of videos that have well over 1 million views. Yep. And so it's easy for me to say, what goes up must come down. Where there's a will, there's a way, or, whatever ridiculous aphorism you want to throw out there is, you can say that. But again, there are a couple of things. Number one, practically speaking, if your videos are not hitting the way that you think that you would like, then maybe it is time to evaluate, well, okay, my message is not resonating. Yep. Why is it not resonating? Is it the presentation? Is it the message itself? Is it something else? Is there something that I can adjust? And that's why I started my anti videos, right? Because I was like, all right, maybe people need to see more of me. And that's a way to freshen things up. So that's practical advice. Yeah. And then broadly speaking, though, if you believe in your message, if you believe in your objective, then you have to have faith in that even when it's hard. It's easy to have faith when it's easy, but that's not really when faith gets tested.
Hey everyone, we're a growing podcast. Every like and subscribe means the world, so hit that.